Welcome back to Next Movie Pick. Today, we're counting down top 10 older woman, younger man relationship movies will keep you hooked from start to finish. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more movie recommendations.
Kicking off with number 10, My Name is Doris, 2015.
He got a job in Arizona and he asked me to go with him. I couldn't leave.
This movie is about Doris, a lonely older woman whose quiet routine completely changes after she develops feelings for a much younger coworker at her office. After years of feeling invisible, she suddenly starts dressing differently, chasing attention, and trying to fit into a world she no longer understands, just to get closer to him. At first, her crush feels harmless and awkwardly funny, but things slowly become more emotional as she starts crossing boundaries and building fantasies around the relationship. The younger man enjoys her company, but he has no idea how deeply attached she's becoming. What makes the movie interesting is how realistic and uncomfortable the situation feels as Doris struggles between loneliness, hope, and embarrassment. Instead of focusing only on romance, the story explores aging, emotional isolation, and the desperate need to feel wanted again after spending most of life unnoticed by everyone around you.
Number 9. Will You Be My Girlfriend? 2026. This movie is about Lou and Javi, a couple deeply in love but constantly pressured by the age difference between them. While Lou is older, more mature, and already settled in life, Javi still struggles with family expectations and emotional uncertainty. Things become even more complicated after Javi reconnects with a younger woman from his past, while Lou begins receiving attention from an older man who seems to fit perfectly into her world. Suddenly, both of them are forced to question whether their relationship is genuine love or simply temporary attraction. This movie focuses on emotional conflict, maturity differences, and the difficult reality of loving someone when the world around you constantly questions whether the relationship should even exist in the first place.
Number 8. The Rebound, 2009.
I'm not so sure this guy is real. I mean, have any of
The Rebound is about Sandy, a woman whose life falls apart after discovering her husband has been cheating on her. She moves to New York with her children, hoping for a fresh start, where she meets Aram, a younger man working at a coffee shop. Their connection starts casually, but over time, the relationship becomes emotional and unexpectedly serious. At first, Sandy enjoys finally feeling happy again after years of disappointment, but the age difference and responsibilities surrounding her life slowly begin creating tension between them. What makes the movie work is how natural the chemistry feels between the characters despite the complicated circumstances. Instead of turning into over-the-top drama, the story focuses on emotional healing, loneliness, and the fear of starting over again after life completely changes direction. As the relationship deepens, both characters are forced to question whether love alone is enough to overcome their very different stages in life. Number 7. Hallam Foe, 2007. Hallam Foe follows a disturbed young man struggling to cope with the death of his mother and the growing suspicion that his family is hiding dark secrets from him. Emotionally unstable and isolated, Hallam develops a habit of spying on strangers from rooftops while avoiding real human connection. Everything changes after he becomes obsessed with an older woman working at a hotel because she strongly reminds him of his late mother. What starts as curiosity slowly turns into emotional attachment and dangerous obsession as Hallam secretly watches her life from a distance before eventually getting closer to her. The movie keeps building tension because Hallam himself feels unpredictable throughout the story. You never fully know whether he's emotionally healing or falling deeper into psychological instability. The relationship becomes increasingly uncomfortable as loneliness, trauma, and obsession slowly blur together.
Number 6. Cherie, 2009. Cherie follows Leah, a retired courtesan living a luxurious but emotionally empty life in Paris. Her routine changes after she begins a romantic relationship with Cherie, the much younger son of a former colleague. At first, the relationship feels temporary and carefree, but both of them slowly become emotionally attached in ways neither expected. The problem is that society already has plans for Sherry's future, including marriage to a younger woman considered more appropriate for him. As pressure from family and social expectations increases, Leah begins struggling with insecurity, aging, and the painful realization that their relationship may never survive outside the private world they created together. What makes the movie emotionally powerful is how quietly heartbreaking everything feels. Instead of dramatic arguments, the story focuses on emotional dependence.
Number 5. The Reader, 2008. The Reader follows Michael, a teenage boy who unexpectedly begins a secret relationship with an older woman named Hannah after she helps him one day while he's sick. Their relationship quickly becomes intense and emotionally consuming as he spends more and more time with her in private. But just as suddenly as the affair begins, Hannah disappears without explanation, leaving Michael confused and emotionally devastated. Years later, while studying law, he unexpectedly sees her again during a war crimes trial that reveals disturbing truths about her past. From that point, the movie shifts from romance into guilt, secrecy, and moral conflict as Michael struggles to understand whether the woman he loved was truly the person he believed she was. The story stays emotionally gripping because their relationship continues affecting his life long after it ended. Number 4. Last Summer, 2023. Last Summer follows Anne, a respected lawyer living what appears to be a perfect family life with her husband and children. Everything begins changing after her troubled teenage stepson moves into the house and slowly forms an emotional connection with her. At first, Anne tries maintaining boundaries, but the attraction between them becomes increasingly difficult to ignore. What makes the movie so tense is how quickly the situation spirals from emotional closeness into something dangerous that threatens to destroy the entire family. Every interaction between them feels risky because one mistake could expose everything. As secrecy, guilt, and obsession begin taking over, Anne slowly loses control of a situation she once believed she could handle. The movie focuses heavily on forbidden desire, emotional manipulation. Number 3. Adore, 2013. Adore follows two lifelong best friends whose peaceful coastal lives become emotionally chaotic after both women begin secret relationships with each other's sons. At first, the affairs feel exciting and harmless, but things quickly become more complicated as emotions deepen and boundaries disappear. What makes the story so engaging is how every relationship begins affecting another one, creating constant emotional tension between friendship, family, love, and jealousy. The younger men become emotionally attached, while the women struggle with guilt and fear about the consequences of what they've started. As years pass, the relationships continue shaping all of their lives in unexpected ways. Instead of relying purely on controversy, the movie explores loneliness, aging. Number 2. Queen of Hearts, 2019. Queen of Hearts follows Anne, a successful lawyer living what seems like the perfect family member, moves into their home and slowly disrupts the balance inside the house. As emotional tension grows, Anne begins making decisions that place her personal life, marriage, and reputation at serious risk. The deeper the connection becomes, the harder it is to keep everything under control. What makes the movie so gripping is how quickly a seemingly stable life begins falling apart once emotions, secrecy, and manipulation take over. Every scene feels tense because one mistake could expose everything and destroy the image Anne has spent years building. The movie focuses heavily on emotional pressure, power imbalance, hidden desires, and the dangerous consequences of choices made behind closed doors. Number 1. The Graduate, 1967.
You can't stop me from seeing her, Mrs. Robinson. I'll find her.
Sorry we won't be able to.
The Graduate follows Benjamin, a confused college graduate who returns home feeling completely lost about his future. Everything changes after he begins a secret affair with Mrs. Robinson, an older married woman who seduces him almost immediately. At first, Benjamin treats the relationship casually, but things become far more complicated once he falls in love with her daughter, Elaine. Suddenly, he finds himself trapped between secrecy, emotional confusion, and the growing consequences of a relationship he never fully understood from the beginning. What makes the movie so memorable is the uncomfortable tension between all three characters, as lies and emotional manipulation slowly spiral out of control.